first, before I get into the actual strategy and the step-by-step on how to implement this using our proximity marketing platform, let me first talk about the game itself. For those of you who don't know what Pokemon Go is, and if you hear everybody talking about it, don't feel like you're missing out or you're out of the loop. I'm going to catch you up right now in the next few minutes. So this Pokemon Go, okay, Pokemon is actually a little cartoon character. It was first released on Game Boy, if you guys remember the old school Nintendo Game Boy, as an RPG game and as a role-playing game, and it kind of created this Pokemon universe, this whole kind of fad and this cult. Since then, there's been games, movies, TV shows, animated videos, training cards, Magna comics, all types of collectibles, and billions of people around the world, from kids to adults, play Pokemon. What makes this really special is that this release, this app that just came out, about a week ago, is the first release of any official Pokemon game for mobile. Okay, I'll say that again. This is the first app, or this is the first Pokemon mobile thing that's come out. So, think about the droves and the 2 decades of people following this character, and think about how big the smartphone revolution is, and the iPhones and the Androids didn't exist when Pokemon was its biggest. Now those two sides are marrying, so it's becoming a juggernaut. So here's how this Pokemon Go, this app, works. Okay, it's available on the iTunes App Store, and players use the game's geolocation feature in their smartphone camera to find virtual Pokemon, fictional and animated creatures, in various locations in their area in real time. It runs off a technology called augmented reality, or heads-up display, HUD, for the real world. So what this does is, anytime, if you might have noticed the Snapchat filters, when you hold up your phone and you show it over something, there's actually a Pokemon that will show up over your screen. So it's like it's there, but it's not there. It's called augmented reality. Okay, so how this works, it relies on Google Maps data to give a real-world feeling of the game itself. So what it does is it uses a GPS, just like you're using Waze or Google Maps or Apple Maps, like that. It's kind of the same look. You can see it on the right-hand side there. But what it does is it turns landmarks or key areas in the real world into what the game is calling gyms. And a gym is just like a normal gym when you go and you work out and you're strengthening your muscles. When you go to one of these gyms, which is actually a real physical location, but you go there in the app. I know it's hard to understand for some, but it's a real physical location that you go to, but you need to be there physically in order to play this on your phone. And when you're on your phone at the gym, you can kill monsters and kind of get these points to get more powers and more different features in the game. And it really, it's the point of the game is to get stronger and to get more Pokestops, and players can replenish their supplies and really grow. So as part of this game, as part of this whole Pokemon game, there's these things called in-game offers. Okay, so on the right here, you'll see a Pokestop, which is actually a real picture of a real location at this location, 156 Fifth Avenue Arch. It's a landmark, and when you walk to it, like other mobile games, Pokemon has offers. So you might have heard of all the other in-app purchases for games. The Farmville was one of them, and the Game of War, the War games right now, all those things you can buy weapons. It's kind of based on that. But one offer specifically that makes this unique for a local business, it's what's called the lure module. Okay, the lure module, just like a lure on a fish hook. When you have your lure and you put your worm at the end of your fish hook and you go to lure fish, same kind of thing. But this, instead of fish, is luring customers to your location. Okay, so this lure inside Pokemon, you can set this up inside the game at specific locations, such as your local business or your client's local business, and you can turn their local business into a Pokemon Go hotspot. So this will now show up on the map of these millions of Pokemon players who are on their phone and who are just really following like zombies in a way to find the next monster or the next gym or to the next area where they need to go to get more points. That location can physically be your local client. Okay, so imagine this. You're now tapping into a game that has more active users than Twitter. Okay, Twitter has been around for 10 years. And today, this Pokemon game has more active visitors or users than Twitter. It's insane. Okay, so you're now mapping your local business client on this map and encouraging these players to visit the location to find rare items and creatures, all these, these virtual creatures that exist.